This is AY24.2. It is an untranslated Alexander Yanai lesson, and it is a very interesting one, dealing with stopping and interrupting the breath. I would call it, as he called it towards the end, you can stop breathing and live, and you can also only exhale and live. So during the lesson he prepares the nostrils, the diaphragm to free it, and the rib cage to free all of the mechanisms so that you can automatically breathe. He claims there that singers, even though they keep exhaling and exhaling, the diaphragm gives fast inhales that they don't even know of. It is something very subtle about the breathing. When we exhale to sing, the diaphragm is slowly releasing upward. The dome shape of the diaphragm returns, but the diaphragm is never simply on or off. There are tiny oscillations, micro movements that adjust the pressure and allow very small, almost unconscious inhalation to slip in. Even in a long phrase, the breath stream isn't a straight emptying of the lung. There are tiny reflexive topping up that prevent suffocation. The nervous system coordinates these so subtly that the singer often isn't aware of them. These hidden inhales lie down at rest. Put both feet on the floor. Open your mouth wide. You will be able to put your hand in your mouth like you intend to bite it. Make this measurement so that the mouth will be opened like this. Not too much. Just as much as you can bite your own hand. So, and in such a situation, with your mouth opened like that, slowly let your air out of your lungs. Let the air out of your lungs, slowly. And notice that the stomach will swell as you let the air out. Put your hands on your stomach and notice that as you exhale your air, it will push your hands up towards the ceiling. Put the hands down, the place where your legs fold, the place where the stomach touches your legs. In this place, put your hands near the pubic bone. And notice that as you push the air out, the air comes out, the hands rise from the floor, and the mouth is opened wide. Slowly, slowly. Inhale air through the mouth and exhale through the mouth. Everything in your mouth. big open mouth. For most people, the mouth is closed. In most people, the mouth is closed. The mouth, they don't open it. And when they open it, it has a shape that I don't want to say in this recording. It's not open mouth. The mouth should be open so that you can put your hand in it. Without making noise. Don't make noise. Don't rush. Make the movement as smooth and slow as possible, quiet as possible. Once again, everyone, please listen. Don't close your mouth. In the vast majority of people, the mouth is the first thing they forget when they live. The moment they forget themselves, the mouth closes. So listen and make sure that the tongue is placed flat and make sure your tongue is lying flat on the bottom palate and touches the front teeth. And the tongue is placed without movement, without shortening. It touches the lower teeth and is placed across the entire width of the mouth. First, try to think that the face can smile because the mouth is open. When your face is not tight, not strained, the face is smiling. If your face doesn't smile, your mouth slowly closes on its own. And now, listen to the length of this exhalation. How long? And again, please arrange your face so that if they tickle you, you can smile. If you don't let go of this facial expression, the mouth will be closed by itself the moment you forget that you need to open it. And when you smile, the mouth will remain open by itself. And now, exhale. Inhale through the mouth, exhale through the nose. Also without noise, and notice the difference. Inhale through the mouth, wait until it's full, and then push the air through the nose. The mouth closes, and push the air through the nose without making any noise. And pay attention to the difference. Pay attention. In many people whose nostrils are blocked, the exhalation becomes very short. Because when the nostrils are blocked, great pressure is needed. And you can't press all the way with the same force. So only part of the air is expelled and the exhalation becomes very short. So first of all, we will open the nostrils. And now try to inhale air through the mouth and close the right nostril with your right finger and exhale the air without noise. And now try once with noise and once without noise. See what is the difference. And exhale the air through the left nostril and do 10 exhalations like that. Do it once in the nostril with noise and once without noise. Pay attention. What do you do so that there's no noise? And you'll see there are two ways not to make noise. First of all, when the nostril is open, when it's not blocked, then no noise comes out. And if it is clogged, then you have to push the air very slowly, very gradually, so that the air can exit through a much smaller hole. So of course the speed is much slower. In other words, you need to gauge the air compression according to the opening of your nose, so there's no noise. And now, count 10 exhalations through the left nostril. Do the same thing with your left nostril and pay attention to the difference. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale through the left nostril, both with noise and without noise. And you will see that there's no nostril that can stand in the way of this exercise. If you do it 20, 30, 100, 200 times, the nostril becomes free and stops being blocked. Even with the biggest runny nose. Even in the worst case of runny nose. If you continue, you can open both nostrils and the runny nose will go away the same day. Try. And you won't be the first to find that there's a way to solve the problem. Of course, it doesn't cure the virus, but the breathing return to the proper movement, and the uncomfortable feeling, the dizziness, the headache, and the unpleasant feeling will disappear, and the body returns to the healthy state in a quarter of the time. Block the left nostril with your finger, and notice that there is almost no person whose airspeed in the left nostril is equal to the airspeed in the right nostril. We need to compare them so that there's no reason that one nostril will be blocked and that one lung will breathe a quarter of the other. And now all that is left for me to do is and the cantor also. Please listen to what you're doing. Now you will also do ay24. This is very so irritating that it is a pity. Please listen to what you're doing, and it will stop being. You've never heard in a concert where there's the music that makes someone coughing. During the break, everyone coughs. Everyone is a rasper. Anyone who listens to what he's doing will not do it. There's another remedy. The moment you want to do it, try to restrain yourself and see why. Who is pushing you to do it? And you'll see that once you restrain yourself once, it stops being there. That means that the reason is nervousness, and that if you do it once, it will pull you over again. And whatever makes you more excited, it becomes a disease you cannot get rid of. And now, again, inhale through your mouth and exhale through your nose. Notice if you can feel the movement of air in both nostrils, and see if it feels more even. Continue to push your stomach, open your mouth to inhale air. Only when it is full and comfortable, start exhaling through your nose. And now do this. With every exhale, half of the exhalation should be done through the mouth. That means after the lungs are full of air, exhale half the air in the mouth and the other half through the nose. And notice if you do it with both nostrils, half the mouth, half the nose. And in the time that you open, remember to open the mouth. Make big mouth, that you can see all your teeth from the outside, and that the face will be ready to smile. Now continue like that and do 4 exchanges in one breath. A quarter through the mouth, a quarter through the nose, and then come back through the mouth and again through the nose. And do it so that the exchanges mouth, nose, will not be difficult. It will be easy, and it won't disturb your breath. Do it many times and listen. It's very difficult in the beginning to change in the middle. Lower your hands on both sides of your body. Stand your feet. And now, continue to exhale through your nose, but with your right hand, put the thumb on the right nostril and your finger on your left nostril. And in such a situation, close the right nostril and close the left one after the other quickly, without any connection to breathing. Continue like this, opening, closing, opening one, open. You inhale through your mouth and exhale through your nose, like that, until you feel that both nostrils are working the same. It's worth doing 10, 20, 100, as many times as is necessary, until you feel that every moment you open the nostril, it starts working. Do that at least 10 exhalations. Each time, inhale the air through your mouth, exhale once through this nostril, once through the other nostril. Like that. Switch quickly, quickly, quickly. If the hand gets tired, you do with your left hand. Or 2 fingers of both hands. Any way you do it, the main thing is to close one and open the other, and not make any noise. You see, the exhalation through a blocked nostril, one after the other, becomes so long that making an exhalation, that it takes so long that it's tiring. Try to listen slowly, carefully, that the exhalation is long, much longer than the usual. Noticeably different than the usual. You now notice that also the inhalation becomes very long. You switch noses like this. Try to close the nostrils one after the other, and also to inhale and also to exhale through the nose. And for those who want, turn on the clock and see that one breath, when you alternate between the nostrils like that, breathing and inhaling one full cycle, it takes at least a minute. If you don't make noise, which is very important, because normal breathing is 16 per minute. 16 breaths per minute is considered normal in physiology. And you'll see, after 2 breaths like this, it becomes more than a minute for most people. And for many, much more than a minute, sometimes 2. No need to look at the clock. You can know like that. If you look at the frequency of the movement of the finger, you know that it takes about 1 second to change the fingers. And if you will listen, you can count the number of changes of the fingers, and you see that it is almost like looking at the clock. The error is very small. If I now count, like I know one person, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you do 100 movement, this is a minute and a half. Like that. And now leave it for a moment. And now please sit. Put both soles together. Place your hands behind you and tilt your head. And we will do a whole series of weird exercises. Fill your lungs with air, stop the breathing, and push the air to the stomach. That means push your belly forward and then bring the air to the chest. And continue doing it like that. And you'll see that you can continue like that until infinity without taking a breath in, if the nostrils are opened. Just notice, we will find the paradox later. Try to do it and you'll see that there's no need to breathe. You just take a breath once and push the air into the stomach and the chest. Of course, the air doesn't go to the stomach. It's just the stomach comes forward. Try it and see that you only need to breathe 1 time every 3 minutes. Try to do it many times. Push the air up and down. That means lift the chest, push the stomach forward. And if you will do it for real, you will see that there's no need to breathe. The paradox is in this: if you do big movements, strong movements in the stomach and the chest, when you lift the chest, a little bit of air comes in. And when you push the stomach, a little bit of air comes out. So there is an exchange of air that you don't feel. Since for these movements you don't need a lot of energy, no work is needed, so you can continue like that until tomorrow morning, and you have a feeling that you don't breathe. Many people breathe like that all their lives. Try it 4 to 5 times, and you'll see that there is a very clear sense that you can continue until infinity without breathing. Of course, if you put the nose in the water, you will see air bubbles coming out when you do it, and also you will breathe in. But it's really very little, and you can continue like that until tomorrow. Like that. Leave that, rest a moment. This was one way to not breathe and live. Now I'll give you another way, the second way. I will do it with sound, but you will do it without any sound. There's no need to make a noise. In the first way, we filled our lungs with air, and then we stopped breathing. And we moved the air down and up. You can live also without taking air in, just taking air out. I will show you. You can continue like that until tomorrow. Try to do it. Oh, look. I don't breathe. Try to do it. You can see that you can also not breathe. Try to do it like that. Maybe standing. This will be easier. Try to take the air out. Push the belly out and bring it back in. When you push the belly out, exhale. When you push the belly in, exhale. Try it like that for 2 minutes without breathing. It's a fact. You don't need to breathe. Just push the air out. Well, of course we do something. We do exactly what we do with excellent breathing. The inhalation of the air should be so short that while we replace the push of the stomach, it's enough for the air to enter. With all the windpipe, the mouth, the nostrils, all the passages are open, and you let the air out, and in between, when you push the stomach out and when you push the stomach in, you breathe in without even knowing. The more you do it strongly, then the time of breathing is shorter and is more comfortable. And in a good breath, with big famous singers or good speakers, you will never hear them standing and breathing, taking. Only people with asthma, you hear that they are standing, they are taking air, and then they continue to speak. With a person who has good breathing, he says and speaks in an instant. And here, in the moment he says, now he can continue talking. Now it's enough. I have already full hair. I can continue. It's a blink of an eye between that, enough to fill the air. You see, you don't need to hear a pause for a breath of air. With a healthy chest, good voice, the man doesn't stop to breathe air. The difference between it's enough. You see, I didn't stop. Since the time I spoke, I didn't stop to breathe air. There's no need. The moment the man stops for a moment, he leaves everything open, and that will fill with air again. Try to do that until you feel that you can exhale and inhale through your sleeve. And now try to do it without noise. Just stomach, going forward and inward, going in and out. It's the stomach, not the chest. So that you will see it. Many of you are doing it in the chest instead of the stomach. You have to feel the muscles of the stomach that they begin to hurt. Don't lift the shoulders. No, don't lift the chest, just the stomach. You see? You can. Every breath that comes close to it is better breath. Like that. Please lie on the floor. Learn the most important thing. How each of you disturbs his own breath. Everyone, when he listens to the breathing, can do so that he is breathing in the chest and full belly. Whatever you want. The problem is to breathe like that when you don't think about it. You need to breathe full and deep and quiet and take all the air out without you thinking about it. And now again, bring your hands down to the floor. Those who raise them up, their chest, shoulders, and arms are not right. And it is not comfortable for them to stay like this. And if you don't remind them, it lifts again up. Listen and see. Where is the disturbance in the shoulders so that you will not need to put your hand up? It is the same thing for people who their hands are down only. The hands should be able to be up and down without any disturbances. It is for everyone a different disturbance. It's a different holding. Please try. All the people that held their arms down, put them above the head. And those that Put them above the head. Put them down. Above the head on the floor. Lie them like that. And now, fill your chest with air. That is, the whole lungs are full of air. Full, full, full. And when it's full, stop the breathing for 20-30 seconds. And slowly, slowly, after that, you stop the breath for 20 seconds. Then slowly let it go. Slowly, slowly. Notice, what are you leaving? What are you holding? With what did you hold the breath? Everyone is doing it differently. Try to listen. What did you do to stop the breath? You're going to leave slowly, slowly, about 20 times. And then you will suddenly know what are you doing. The moment you feel it, you will see that there is a way not to stop the breath without thinking. That means that it will continue to breathe by itself. You will see, where are you doing it? How are you doing it? When the person does not know, then he always finds that the breath is stopped. But he doesn't know what does he do and when. That's why he cannot stop. He needs to learn what he's doing. Try to do 10 breaths like that. Every time, feel the chest, stop the breath on purpose, and then very slowly leave it and see what are you leaving. What are you doing to stop the breath? It's not easy. Try at least 20 times or 10 times minimum without doing anything. Otherwise you don't find what it is. If all your life you haven't found it, how will you find it in 10 times? Try to do it at least 10 times again. The same thing, slowly, without mixing, without discussing, without disturbing, without saying if it's good or bad, what am I doing? Just every time I do, notice, what am I doing? Until you will feel what it is. And if not, do it 100 times. It's useful to do it. It's good to do it. And now do it the opposite way. Take out all the air. That means exhale all the air and stop the breath. Do with the hands whatever you want to do. Take the air out of the lungs and stop the breath. It's harder because there's no air and it's very hard to stop the breath. Hold it about 20 seconds, 10 seconds. And then stopping the breath slowly, and think, what am I leaving so that it begins to breathe? Slowly, slowly, many times. Feel where and what you're doing to stop the breath. And now notice that each one is listening to what he's doing in the stomach. Nobody's making noise. Nobody's coughing. All this nervousness is gone because the person really thinks, really listens, really is busy. So that you need to know that all these people that are coughing in concerts shouldn't be in the concert. They are not interested in music. They come to show their clothes or to see whoever they need to see. And they were never interested in what they were hearing. In other words, all these people, they should have taken them out of the theater. Like that. And now do these two things on the stomach. That means to fill the chest with air, holding your breath. It's just to make it clearer. On the stomach, maybe you will feel what you didn't feel on the back. Because when the stomach touches the floor, you will feel your organs. Suddenly, this is pushing the floor. This is lifting from the floor. Fill the chest with air, stop the breath, and slowly, slowly stopping the breath, and see, how does it begin? What did you stop, and what you stopped stopping for this to begin breathing? And now, do the same thing. Take the air out of the lungs. Stop the breath for 20 seconds. And after that, slowly, slowly, stop the stopping and see what is happening there when it begins to breathe, so that it will be clear to you what are you doing. It's the same thing. Like that. And now stand on your feet and try standing, just for yourself. Stop the breathing like that one time, and like that like one time, and let that go. And notice what are you doing to stop the breath, and see how it breathes. It is really a different breathing than usual. Somebody that didn't have time to find it, try these exercises at home, to do it 20, 30, 100 times, until he feels, how can I leave the body and not do anything, and continue to breathe deep, full. Like when you think, now I will breathe deep. I will succeed. If this person finds it, he solved his breath for all your life. So it's very, very good to do.